What's the deal, y'all? Man, just waking up at the Airbnb. Crazy day ahead. Crazy day ahead, man. I grew up listening to this guy, whether it was in the mornings, whether it was after school, practices, games. Just hearing the name Bootleg Kev, if you're in Arizona, is like synonymous for radio. You turn on the radio, you're going to hear that name. So for me to be working with Bootleg Kev and having a chance to interview him, and him allowing me to use his space to interview him is really inspirational for me and like a full circle moment. So it's really dope, man. That's just a little behind the scenes clips, but yeah, I'm gonna walk y'all through it. It's a dope opportunity for me, man. Appreciate y'all for sticking with me. The likes, the comments, the subscribing, all of that. It means a lot to me just being that I started this shit from sleeping in my car, and I done sat down with some of the biggest, whether it's Adam, Bootleg Kev, and much more. You feel me? So appreciate y'all.
There's some guy on YouTube. He just be interviewing crackheads and bums and shit.
Tales of the Streets or some streets. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
He's I think he just be hanging out on like fucking 35th Avenue in Indian School or some shit, just interviewing fucking fentanyl.
But those are kids, Kev. Like shit's fucked up in AZ.
What's crazy is I just saw somebody said something about there was like something like people were getting kidnapped and like they're. You remember that factory of like bodies that got found in Phoenix like 2 years ago?
No.
Yes, where they're chopping up bodies and shit.
So like there was like there's just like this LLC out there. They said that like they were like hiring girls as like entertainers off the streets and then they would disappear.
What the fuck?
Mm-hmm. But they found the whole like body chop shop. It was all over the news.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
That shit crazy. COVID or what?
Huh?
Happened during COVID?
Yeah, I think it happened during COVID for sure. No, it was recent.
Like they have forensics and shit out there. They had the whole setup. That shit.
No, that's crazy.
A real chop shop with like body parts and shit.
All right, so you're interviewing him.
Yes, sir.
All right, so I should start the camera.
Yes.
Okay.
Do I have any fucking dog hair on me? Of course. Never not have dog hair.
Rolling.
All right, we good?
All right, man. So this is the camera right here, right?
This is your camera, and then this is the wide camera, and that's his.
Okay, bet. So today's a very dope day for me, man, and for people in my age group, all the kids, all the homies I went to high school with, man. Just hearing the name Bootleg Kev, right? We've heard it growing up, we've heard it since we were teenagers, and for me, being able to sit with the icon, the legend, when you think of Arizona radio, Bootleg Kev is synonymous. So being here close to 10 years later for me is so dope, right? And for one, I just wanted to ask you, I want to thank you for the opportunity, and for two, what's it like being from Arizona and being able to be at this position? Because I know what it's like coming from Arizona and seeing you accomplish the things that you've accomplished. It really gives me motivation to be like, damn, I come from AZ, but that don't mean shit because Kev really doing it to the highest level. So
yeah, I mean, honestly, like, it's just part of who I am, So I love AZ, and I still have businesses there. I still am there often. A lot of people still think I live there. For me though, like, I mean, unfortunately, like, I think I had to leave to kind of really hit the national radar the way I have. I mean, like when I was there doing radio, I made like Source Magazine, like Power 30 and shit, but I really had to kind of get out of the, it's easy to get caught up in Phoenix, in the like local politics, and like it can be discouraging. I realized, it could kind of like deflate you. You know what I mean?
Right.
And there's dope platforms out there. Obviously, you're doing your thing. AZ Way Too Active's dope out there. Shout out to those guys.
Blue stats.
So I think like for Arizona, like for me, it was always just like, okay, I'm gonna do me, but I'm always gonna make sure everyone knows where I'm from, and I'm always gonna do everything I can to like help the hip hop scene there. So wherever I've been at, I used to manage Sincerely Collins. Like I'm the one who broke him, and like when he had his run, like what was it almost 10 years ago? It was like 8 years ago. Yeah. Back then, like I was championing like him and V the Ruler and Futuristic. Like I was the first guy to really fucking, Zach will tell you, like really get behind Zach and what he had going on.
Graduated from the same high school, but there's a lot of criticism with Futuristic.
You know, I think a lot of that's unfair, but you know, heavy is the crown. There's a lot of criticism of me. I'm like, what the fuck y'all want me to do? Yo, I've had all these Arizona rappers come up on my platform.
Yeah, no, let's talk about it because it was dope because I watched the Little Blood interview and Little Blood asked you, he was like, man, what do you think it is? And you said something interesting. You say, yo, these Arizona artists probably need to work a little bit harder and like get their shit a little bit straighter, and then it's be easier for you to co-sign. But if it's like,
not even that. It's not even about me co-signing it because I've co-signed so like any of these dope AZ rappers that I mean that at least are on my radar, and I try to pay attention. I put my arm around, you know, like Daily Finesse or
Merkham's got Sway because of you.
Merkham's, yeah, I put Merkham's on the phone with Sway.
Yeah, that's big for it.
I mean, I had Merkham's at the BET thing, and I was interviewing Jadakiss, and I looked at my boy Eric, and I was like, "Go find Merkham's." So he went and got Merkham's, and Merkham's came and rapped for Jadakiss.
That's
it's on YouTube.
Fire.
Yeah.
That's fire.
But even like, you know, someone like the you know, like my artist that I manage now, Alexis, Brown Boy Maj, used to go by Brown Boy Maj. Like he's from Phoenix. Like we got
the city really tapping in with him. Cause I had a little post on IG with Adam and it went viral regarding like why Arizona artists don't make it.
The CBE guys are dope. I've been telling them they need to come up here.
Yeah,
I've been DMing those guys for over a year.
Shout out Core, they've been working hard.
Yeah.
Core and
shout out
CBE
to Core too, like because I've noticed what he's doing with the hood vlogs and you know him and I probably need to hang out and chop it up because like he used to work with Alexis.
Yeah,
and I think because he was like the old management and I was the new management, we probably never really had any relationship, but.
No, Core really is
he's putting work in
a
for
good
sure.
representation of Arizona.
Killing it. But yeah, like, you know, I think that the main thing I could tell anybody from anywhere that's hard to kind of break out of, like, because at the end of the day, like, Arizona doesn't really have a sound. Mm-hmm. The closest thing to a quote unquote sound we have is like what MC Magic and MB Riders are doing back in the day. Because, you know, Magic is still doing 60 dates a year.
Legendary.
You know, but in terms of like traditional hip hop, like, you know, you kind of, the first guy to break kind of dictates what the sound of that region is going to be.
Which is why the futuristic conversation is so.
Right. Yeah, but to me, Zach, like, you know, Zach did shit his own way, man. Let me tell you something, bro. I was there with Futuristic early on, and all of these local quote unquote tastemakers, whether it's Justice or Two Tone or any of these dudes back then, and I'm cool with all them guys, but when he was starting out, everybody was hating on that dude. Everybody was hating. V the Ruler was hating on Futuristic. Everybody was hating because he was getting motion, doing very
What's the word, Kev?
what people would consider back then corny.
Okay.
Right? But I always looked at what he was doing.
Shout out Futuristic. We Charger Gang, Charger alumni.
No, but this is the problem, right? So like what Zach was doing back then is like revolutionary now. Like all these motherfucking rappers want to do shit with YouTubers and streamers.
Yeah, outside the box type shit.
Futuristic was doing that shit first, right? So it's like he really kind of showed a lot of motherfuckers the way. And guess what? This motherfucker's a millionaire off of hip hop.
Yeah.
Independently.
Yeah.
He never signed. And he had, trust me, I had plenty of conversations with him. Zach had every opportunity under the sun to sign to whoever he wanted. This dude performed on Jimmy Fallon independently.
That's fucking sick.
So again, he had a thing called Prove It at Club Red in Tempe once a month.
Club Red. Oh
no, but listen, he literally
Club
had a local hip hop showcase once a month before y'all even knew who the fuck he was.
He said that. He mentioned that.
And the funny thing is like y'all don't want to give him that credit because he is not promoting himself as I'm Mr. Local hip hop guy because his vision is bigger.
It is.
When you think of Justice. And shout out to Justice and RTU
festivals.
and all that, right?
Yeah.
You think of Arizona hip hop.
Yes, sir.
Because that's how they brand themselves. Zach's like, yo, I'm going to help out the people I fuck with. Like he had many Sincerely Collins, there's people, and give them a platform.
And the homies say that though. I'm speaking for some of the Arizona artists, the niggas I grew up with. They said, cool, say that. Don't say you've contributed to Arizona. Say you've contributed to your part of Arizona.
But think about this. I mean, Sincerely Collins, Zach helped put him on. Like I knew about Sincerely Collins because of Zach. He didn't introduce us originally, but you know, Sincerely Collins had 2 records. He had a record in power rotation for 2 years straight at Power 98. Lightwork was getting played 120 times a week at the radio station.
I remember Sincerely Collins.
So it's like at the end of the day, like Zach has done stuff. Like let me just say this. If you want to be known as Mr. Arizona Hip Hop, that's fine. But your ceiling is going to be there. You can do, like, it's like when people get mad at me because I don't do an Arizona Hip Hop podcast. No, I do my shit, and then I invite Arizona hip hop artists up to my shit.
You've had ciphers. You've had.
I've had hella shit. Like, I mean,
Jada was just up here.
I was just talking to J-Wop on DM 2 days ago about bringing him back up, you know, because he's already been on, and so is PK the Poet. And I mean, dude, I can name you 30 motherfuckers who've been on my platform from Phoenix. So it's like, even when I was doing radio in Tampa, I was playing Arizona rappers in Tampa and booking them in Tampa or taking them to South by Southwest. Check out my South by Southwest fucking showcase from 2014. I had Vita Rula, Futuristic, Collins, the Kennedys from Tucson, Hannibal Leck, all on my fucking showcase with Wiz Khalifa, Ty Dolla $ign, fucking Dizzy Wright, Hobson, all these fucking guys.
No, that's a
But the thing is like at the end of the day, like people want more, and it's like, hey man, like like the problem is like someone like there's this like thing I had to talk to fucking Two Tone about the shit because I'm like, hey bro, like the gatekeeper term is not a real term.
Let's talk about it.
Well, that's not a thing that exists because I'm not standing in the way of anybody.
No, you're excluded out of the conversation, but there's platforms. I'm not going to mention names out of respect for everybody.
I actually don't
doing
think
shit.
there's platforms that can gatekeep someone's career anymore.
Not career, but in terms
Like
of
I think in 2017, Adam was one of them, maybe 2018. But Adam can't make or break someone's career anymore because he's moved away from that space. Adam's not so much the place where you go find the next Juice World or the next XXX Tentacion. That used to be what he was, but it's pivoted into its own little universe and whatever it is, right? So, you know, On the Radar in New York, if you go on there and you black the fuck out, that might change your career.
Yeah.
But they let a lot of people on there. If you actually go on their YouTube channel, like they're very like I love how they just give everyone an opportunity to do their thing. And if you take that opportunity and run with it.
Some people got signed from the On the Radar stuff.
Exactly. Shit, I've had people reach out to me about fucking artists based on what they seen on my shit. Like, you know, so it's like, bro, like at the end of the day, if you're responsible for your own career, you have to understand that the things that you can't control matter the least. The things that you can control, the things you have the full power over.
Arizona artists, listen.
They matter the most. Like, you have control over your social media. You have control over how many reels you put up in a week.
Oh, God.
You have control on how hard you promote your song. You have control over whether or not you have a DJ pack put together that's professional or that's, you know, you have control whether or not you run up on DJ Six at the club and expect him to play your song and you're like, yo, it's on iTunes. Can you pull it up?
No flash, no nothing.
You have control over like whether or not you're gonna spend money on jeans, lean, weed, whatever, or spend money on a dope music video.
Yeah. Oh my God, Kev, you fucking said. Excuse my language.
Like you, like this is the thing. If I'm a rapper, like stop spending money on bullshit and like go pay pay Our Generation Music or go pay fucking Say Cheese for a post.
Yeah.
That's gonna help you. You know, like I mean, BFB the Pac-Man blew up off of Say Cheese. You know what I mean? So it's like you have control over so much, and that's the one thing about my platform is like you can't pay to get on my platform. So I've had everybody. I've turned down like 5 figures like for people to come on here. Like not nothing crazy, but like 10 grand. Someone offered me to come on the show, and I was like, I can't do it. Sorry. Like my cosign or my platform I would rather just bring people I want to I fuck with. Or I understand like, okay, cool, if I bring this person on, there's an angle there we could talk about it. But if it's like a nobody, like, you know, like I got to kind of fuck with the music or feel like, okay, if I bring this person on, there's a reason for it. So, you know, but people thinking that I can gatekeep because I saw that, like, we don't have gatekeepers. You know what I mean? Like the term gatekeeping is so old school. And that was like really the days of like, you know, the blog era, which was like 2000, probably like 2009 to like 2014, when it was like Nah Right, Two Dope Boys, Rap Radar. Those guys were gatekeepers, but those guys had like real taste,
because they're the only people actually putting it
so
out.
if you got to post on like Two Dope Boys, or you got to post on Nah Right or whatever, it would move the needle for you. But those guys were like curating. They were like the playlist before the playlist. You know what I mean? Nowadays it's like, yo, you just got to get some motion. You got to throw shots up and build a community, build fans. You know?
Arizona artists, they think once you put out a song, that's it. People just gonna gravitate.
No, that's not how this works.
We gotta work the track. You gotta go connect. I don't know what it is. Have you noticed this? I'm sure you've been in this for close to 2 decades. Arizona artists don't collaborate with others, like with other people, like they do in Cali or Texas or New York.
Yeah, I mean, I think that I don't know about all of them. I know some of them do. You know, I mean, I know Dan G not Dan G. Well, Dan G and Alexis have a record, but I know like Weston and Daly have an album that they're about to drop, and Jay Waves and Daly have put out projects together.
He has a listening party. I think the 3rd, Weston.
Yeah, that's a collab album. I just think that I'm gonna be honest, like the dope dudes in Arizona I see working together. You know, I see Chris Koch working with Merkham's, and Chris Koch, who's probably my favorite rapper in Phoenix. He works with a lot of people. Him and Jada got a record. I feel like Jada Pink's, she's in Atlanta, so she's doing her thing. Like, but yeah, I don't know, man. I just think some like I think it's imperative that there are platforms like Two Tone, you know. But I also think
Superstar.
I also think like at times, like if you're a rapper and you get caught up into that underbelly of local shit, it could be counterproductive, because you're worrying about the wrong shit. If you're worrying about like what somebody's saying about you on a Facebook Live with 200 people watching, like, and again, like Two Tone, his platform is very necessary, because every city needs guys like that. You know?
Yeah.
But like,
he has his finger on the culture.
Yeah, but if you got like, you know, if you're so worried about that, and then you get into some like, it's just, I just see this shit, bro. It's like I use the word crabs in a barrel because I see it all the time. I've been seeing this shit with Arizona forever. You know, whatever era you want to go through, like, it's easy to tear each other down, and it's also very easy to like point fingers as to why you're not more successful, as opposed to just looking at yourself and being like, well, damn, what can I do?
Facts.
So, you know, that's one thing I'll say about Phoenix is like, people just really need to like focus more on what they have control over, and you know, just try to move with some positivity. And there's dope artists in Arizona, man. Like sick at like J-Wop is fire as fuck. Like he's hard. Like,
shout out J-Wop.
Jay Waves is incredible. You know, Chris Koch, Merk, fucking Markel Delwan. I mean, go on and on. There's some amazing artists. You know, I like the CV that 602 Byron is dope.
Mm-hmm. Trap Sav. I don't want to start naming names because people gonna get mad at me. Shout out to everybody in the city going crazy.
Sam Apoku's amazing. He's not a rapper, but he's fucking alien.
Matty Ice just did a freestyle in the city. Shout out to Kahiri. I think that's how you pronounce his name.
His name's Kyrie.
Kyrie? Okay,
Kyrie.
yeah. Shout out to the brother.
They did a song competition and Kyrie won.
Okay, yeah. Shout out to the brother. Now with Matty Ice, a lot of people do interviews with Matty Ice, and this is just my observation. I don't understand why Arizona artists are paying for platforms for more notoriety and publicity when these platforms are not even in the position to do so. So that's where I'm just like, how are we charging artists for promotion?
Well, listen, man, and you know, I've only met Matty Ice once, and we follow each other now because I was kind of not too hot when I found out he was charging people to go up there and get, you know, 200 views on YouTube.
I called him out. But
I chopped it up with Matty Ice, and I think he's a good guy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
So I don't think Matty Ice has like, you know, bad intentions or anything. I think he's a businessman, and
you're doing business.
Yeah. I also don't think he's doing as many interviews as he was doing. So, you know, this is the thing, man. I don't think he's like a real like hip hop head.
That's the shit that bothers me.
I think he's like, well, no, I think he's like a passive hip hop guy. Like he likes like, you know, whatever he's into. But I don't think he's like a fucking head for real. You know what I'm saying? So like my thing with Matty Ice is like, I think what he's done with these 2 events has brought a lot of people together in Arizona, and shine the light on a lot of artists. And he's done a great job of marketing the battle thing when it was like Chris Koch and the Dylan guy, and
that did views
Chris
on
Koch got fucking robbed.
Yeah. I wonder why though.
I don't know, but because in Arizona,
politics.
Well, no, I don't know. I can't do that. If he would have won that whole competition, I would say yes. But a dude from South Phoenix won.
Okay.
And I didn't know who that guy was until that he won that freestyle competition. So, I got put up on some AZ shit because of Matty Ice. So, I think Matty Ice is an entrepreneur, and I think, and I would say this about any artist. If you're paying money to go on a platform, you're wasting your money. And that's not specific to anyone's platform. That's specific to the fucking internet.
Talk about it.
You should not pay money to go on anybody's shit, period. This is not like, because one, you're going to get a very generic, unenthusiastic, very unengaged conversation,
right?
Because the person is not there to speak to you. They're there for your money. They're doing this because you paid,
right?
Not because they want to talk to you, not because they want to get to know you. You'd be better equipped with that money to spend it on YouTube ads, to spend it on
promote. Yeah, exactly. Instagram boosting.
The Instagram placements, that shit works. Instead of spending that money on an interview with whomever it is, go spend it. Like, there's just better shit to do. Like, you're better off like having your homie interview you, go to Peerspace, get a studio, and have your friend interview you, and then you chop up your own reels from you telling your own story, and then that's better money well spent, because that'll cost you like $100, $75, $80 or something, right? Why is TK Kirkland calling me?
Shout out to fucking TK Kirkland. That's fire.
So that would be the thing I would say to anybody, and that's not specific to Matty Ice, because like I said, I met Matty. He seemed like a nice dude, man. I might have had him wrong, because I kind of was not fucking with that wave, because I'm like, yo, this guy, what the fuck are we doing here charging people for interviews?
You's a real one, bro. Because I thought this, I'm like, wait, hold on. How am I one of the bigger platforms with one of the most views, and he's charging 600, and the people who are paying these amounts of money, their interviews are coming out to 200-300?
He's new. I think he's genuinely new to the well, listen, this is the thing. He's genuinely new to the hip hop space. Right.
So why are you charging that much?
No, but because like there's no blueprint for him on what to do. He's just like, oh, this is a business. Right?
It's taking advantage though. He know Arizona. We don't know what the fuck's going on. We don't have the resources. So anytime somebody sees something that's closely legitimate, it's like, okay, we need that to get out of here. And you taking like 400, 500 for a nigga that's getting 100 views per video?
This is what I would say. I would say that his specific business model is a short-sighted one, and I see why he's decided to start doing live events, because those live events are a lot easier
bring people
together, and it's worked. Kyrie's dope, and Kyrie got love, and again, I know people who are cool with Matty Ice. He seems like a good guy. He's new to the hip hop world, so I think he's just like trying to figure it out. But I don't personally agree with charging people for interviews ever. I think it whores your brand out. It devalues your brand. And if you could pay for my taste or my cosign, then what is my cosign worth?
Right. And then on top of that, bro, you have one of the dopest clubs in the city right now. Oh, tell me what's that's like. 11.
It's good, man. Me and Corey, my business partner. I have two business partners in the club. Me, Corey, and Davion. I've been knowing Corey since I was 18. So Corey was like the first guy to ever book me to like do anything. There was a club in Chandler called the Waterfront.
Okay.
It was 18 and up spot. So I used to host that shit. And him and I just been locked in ever since. And, I had an opportunity to own a different club in Phoenix that I passed on in the last few years because I just didn't think that the situation made sense. This situation made a ton of sense because it was two partners that I trusted, and, we kind of know what we're capable of. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we opened a club in Scottsdale called 1111 on New Year's Eve last year.
Damn, it's only been a year.
It's been a
You had
year and a month,
everybody,
yeah.
Everybody done been through that.
Yeah, we just celebrated our year New Year's Eve. So our New Year's Eve was our 1 year birthday. So yeah, it's been good, man. It's stressful, you know. Thank God I got great partners. You know, and we've had an amazing first year. We just got the space next door and opened a restaurant called Well Seasoned.
Congratulations again, man.
Yeah, so that just opened this past weekend. So yeah, if you're in Scottsdale, it's a dope spot. You know, it's the only real hip hop club in
Facts.
Scottsdale.
You can tell by the lines around the building every weekend.
Yeah, and then we try to bring everybody through. You know, like we've had everybody in there. You know, so we're just trying to do the shit that we knew was possible for AZ on the nightlife scene.
Right.
A lot of the old owners have been cheap. They've been like scared as fuck to do shit, and I was just like, man, if we just owned a spot, like we could turn this bitch up, and that's what we've been doing. So
Facts. And then you and I are very similar because one of our favorite spots to frequent might be Jaguars.
formerly, yes, one of my
Formerly, yes, before the marriage, before the
yeah, that's my spot, man.
yeah.
Yeah, I love Jags.
Okay.
That's
Shout out to Amber.
she said
yeah,
shout out.
yeah, Jags. Love Jags.
Well,
Shout out my guy Renee, man. Best fucking shrimp tacos I ever had. The cook there is the man.
niggas who eat food, people who eat food at strip clubs, that's dangerous. Like you can
not
go to
at
a
Jags.
restaurant, but you going to a strip club to eat food.
Nah, I go to the kitchen and there's a guy named Renee who's been cooking there for like 10 years.
Okay, it's one of those spots.
Bro, the wings, the fries, the shrimp tacos, everything is smacking.
Yeah, I be too worried about some other stuff in there.
At 1111, the hibachi.
We got rid of that because now we got the restaurant.
They got rid of it. They got the restaurant. We gonna be there. Don't trip.
Man, I can't wait to try it.
Yeah. The hibachi, though, the hibachi at our restaurant is fucking crazy.
Okay, bet.
So you can order the food from Well Seasoned inside of the club now.
Just a quick sidebar. You mentioned the swap meet, the notorious swap meet. All of my friends, anybody
Which
in
one?
Arizona,
There's
the
two of
one
them.
on Thomas with the
Yeah.
blue tents that everybody has grown up going to.
Well, there's the one that's like on the. So there's the one that's near the airport.
Yes, that one.
Okay, that one. That's on Washington.
Watch that. Like,
Yeah.
okay, so how'd you get the name Bootleg Kev?
Bootlegging shit at the swap meet.
That now the shit that I had to ask you is because that swap meet is like iconic over there. Like everybody
So I used to do.
bought fake shit over there.
Well, yeah, look, I mean, I can't speak to how it is now. I haven't been I went a few years ago. But when I was like 16, 17, 18, I probably did it for 4 years, maybe. Yeah, up until I moved. So yeah, I probably did it for 3 to 4 years. Yeah, we used to be at the swap meet. I used to burn CDs. I used to make the picture tees. I used to fucking sell fake Dunks, fake Jordans, fake purses, fake jerseys, all that shit. So I was doing that, and then all the stores in Arizona that sold mixtapes, I would provide them the mixtapes. So during the mixtape era, all the stores had to buy their mix. Well, they didn't have to buy their mixtapes from me, but they were buying mixtapes from me. Place with Nicky Nice that used to be on Indian School on 24th Street. 24th Street, yep. And then like In the Groove on the South Side. I used to provide all the mixtapes to them. And then every weekend I'd be at the swap meet selling CDs, selling jerseys, selling whatever. And then I got hired as an intern at the radio station when I graduated high school. And I started bringing a bunch of like tubs of jerseys and CDs and DVDs and shit to the radio station. And then Joey Boy just started calling me Bootleg Kev on the radio. So
And it just now I
that's
know
where it started.
I know we're taking hell of your time here. You got to go do your busy schedule.
No, you're good.
But with radio, right? So the reason why this is so dope to me because I've always wanted to get in radio, and the fact that you're Arizona radio and synonymous for it. I tried to go to almost every single radio. I went to the Odyssey building in downtown. There's no way that you can work in radio. You need someone to say something about. I brought resumes. Nobody was effing with me.
Yeah, so Odyssey, yeah, I don't know. They don't really. I mean,
It's like
this is the thing about radio.
Like-
Listen, radio is downsizing as a business, which unfortunately, it sucks for like a lot of talent because like my show is now on in like 76 cities every day.
syndicated.
But like the reason why my show's growing is because it's a premium product, but the business of radio is starting to downsize. So like instead of like pick a city in the Midwest having 4 live day parts that they might have had 10 years ago. Now they might only have 1, if that. So like in Phoenix, like my show's on every night, 7 to 11, but I'm not there. The same show you hear in LA is the same show you hear in Phoenix.
Over there.
The same show you hear in Vegas or Tampa or Miami, wherever I'm on, you know? But yeah, I mean, I'll connect you with Jonathan Steele, who's the PD at Power. Power's the station you probably want to work at.
Yeah, please. The radio, like,
it's just like, again, it's like what you're doing is probably like going to be, like, you're already kind of on a path that like you should be. Because radio, man, it's tough, bro. It's a tough business. And it's a tough business, like, if you're already not super established to make any money in, bro. It's you know, I'm lucky because I've been doing this shit as long as I've been, and I've kind of been able to create a product that, like, people see valuable. But there's not a lot of money out there, bro. Like, the money in radio is fucked up right now.
Really? I would say more of the reach, because the radio is always going to have that reach.
Yeah, it's definitely a reach factor. I think there's a false narrative that radio's listenership is like dying when it's not, because we see the numbers, right? So it's like radio's still the one free platform that everyone in the world has access to, or everyone in the country has access to, right? No matter what, you get into a car, you could pick a radio station and it's free. So, you know, radio still is very important. When it comes to like artists, I always tell them though, back in the day, radio could break an artist and change their career. That's not possible anymore. Radio doesn't break artists anymore. We solidify stars. So if you already got this shit going,
steroids,
we're the last step in your process now. When back in the day, we might have been the first step. We might have been the artist that we might have, like, radio had the power to pop one artist off. Like pop somebody off, because it was just different. Now we're the final step in the peg. So it's like, okay, you got your motion, maybe you got a song on TikTok, you got some streaming going on. Okay, you bring that story to radio, and then if, you know, now that's, you know, oh shit, I heard your song on the radio. You know, it's the final step, as opposed to back in the day, it used to be a lot of people's first step. Nowadays, you got to do a lot of groundwork and really have some motion going before you even want to think about radio, because radio is just, if I'm an artist and I'm up and coming, I'm not worried about radio at all, because it doesn't really matter anymore. Like, in terms of like you having like your return on investment on certain things, like, you know, like if you're going to work a record or radio, you got to hire an independent record promoter. You got to run around and do promo.
Isn't that at least $100K to even push tracks?
I've heard that. So look, that number's getting thrown around a lot. I've seen the same thing.
200, 100. I'm like, damn.
No, that's a lot.
Where did the money go to? Does someone say, all right, like, yes, I'll take the money, the VP?
So I think that number is false, to be quite frank. A lot of people throwing that number out there are that's too much. That's not, this is how it works. If I'm an artist and I don't have shit going on, and I want my song played on the radio. I've said, I want radio. Okay, well, now you got to hire somebody. And they call them an independent record promoter. Mm-hmm. Unless you're on a major label, then they have their own people in house. And then what they're going to do is, on your dime, they're going to set up a promotion tour for you. And on your dime, you got to go all over the country and shake hands with all these program directors and these DJs. And on your dime, you got to buy them all food.
So that's...
And on your dime, you got to take them to dinner. And on your dime, you got to go to the club that the DJ who does the 5 o'clock mixes on and go support and buy a bottle. Just so hopefully he plays your record on the radio. So there's all of these things you have to do. And the thing is you don't, like, I want to be very clear when I say this. Just because you take someone to dinner doesn't mean they're going to play your record, because that's illegal, period.
Payola.
But what you want to do is build relationships. Yeah. So if you're so-and-so and you hire so-and-so as your record guy, he's going to be like, hey, let's put a Texas run together. I want us to go and take so-and-so and let's go buy lunch for the mixers so they can meet you and now now they know who you are.
Yeah, and
now they hear your record, and now maybe they'll play it.
And they'll play it more if you buy a bottle.
It ain't even that. It's just it's like a gesture thing. It's like, like if you're a nobody, like, and then I'm speaking strictly if you're like a nobody, because I've seen this happen where it's like somebody just gets an investor and they're like, let's set some money on fire.
Street money.
Or whatever it is.
And it's come through with that bag.
But let's set this money on fire and let's try to crack the top 50 at radio. And you can, but it's just like it's about on your dime, you have to go across the country and shake hands, getting hotel rooms, getting food, meeting people. Like, that shit ain't free.
You just fucked my head, because I'm like, where does somebody just say, here's 100, or we'll do the transfer?
Nah.
Who takes 100?
Listen,
Like,
what's not happening is motherfuckers is not just, you can't just walk up to somebody and say, hey, here's $10,000, play my radio, play my song.
that's us common people at home. We like 100K to work a song. You just got to bring it and drop it off to them.
Listen, that is a myth. That does not exist.
Okay.
Now, the problem is people were speaking on it. They speak on it from a place of ignorance. That is not a thing. What is a thing, though, is it costs money for you to move around and meet all of these people. Because if you want to pick up a station in Albuquerque, or you want to pick up LA, or you want to pick, you have to go and like, you kind of have to, it's like a marketing thing, really. It's like, so it's like, yo, I'm trying to go to Florida and I need to go visit so-and-so in Fort Myers. I need to go to Miami. Florida's alone probably like 25 radio markets. So you might go to Florida and you need to go see so-and-so in Miami, 3 or 4 people in Miami. Then you need to go to Fort Myers and see 2 or 3 people.
And you're budgeting that.
Then you need to go to fucking Tampa and Orlando, which are 2 different markets, and see 2 or 3 people in each city. Then you need to go to Gainesville and go see one person in Gainesville, my boy Vinny Fu. But then you getting in that car, renting a car, the gas, the food.
It's going total love.
Yeah, it's not cheap. And it's not worth it. You're better off alleviating some of that financial stress by making your record pop first. Because if you can go to somebody and say, hey, this shit is got 10 million streams, or 100, we did 100,000 streams in a week on this record, or this shit's on TikTok, we got 10,000 videos on TikTok. You can just tell people that, and they might look at it and be like, oh, okay. But the thing is like, you have to understand, at radio, you are competing with
top dollar.
It's a limited playlist. There's only so many songs that make the playlist. You're competing with Drake and Doja Cat and The Weeknd.
And they get 10,000 spins per.
But hey, good luck. Like, you're competing with those people.
But why is that? Why do they play the same songs 50,000 spins?
It's very simple. It's actually literal math, science, if you will. There's a science to it. So the average radio listener only listens for 15 minutes a day. So your average listener listens for 15 minutes a day. Some markets a little more. But let's say the average engaged radio listener only listens for 15 minutes a day. You get a set of research that tells you what song is researching the best in whatever market you're in. What song is streaming the highest in whatever market you're in. What song is Shazamming the highest in whatever market you're in. You also can see data, what song has the worst burnout, meaning when the song comes on, do the listeners hit the next station?
Oh, it's the analytics.
So you can see all of this, right?
Damn.
So if your goal is to increase your ratings, and the average person only listens for 15 minutes a day, you want to make sure you're playing the songs, the top 5 songs that are streaming, researching in that market as many times as possible to get as many of those 15-minute listeners to stick around because they hadn't heard that song. Most people haven't heard that song. Most people weren't listening for 2 hours straight to the radio.
Somebody just got in the car.
Oh, shit, this is my shit. Now, if they get into the car again in an hour and a half, they might hear that same song again. But the reason for that is because most people are only listening for 15 minutes a day. So if you only got a 15-minute window to get someone to stay, you want to play the shit that is hot. You want to play the shit that's researching well, because that gives you a better chance to get them to stay for another 5 minutes. Because in radio, it's a quarter-hour game. So 15 minutes, if you can get someone to stick with you for 15 minutes, that's a big deal. If you can get someone to stick with you for 30 minutes, that's a huge deal. So it's really just a numbers game. So the people who are sitting at Circle K all day and the radio's on for 8 hours while they're on, they're going to be like, yo, what the fuck? But it's cool.
No, you hit on it. Nobody's sitting in the car all day unless you
might jump into an Uber and get dropped off. And then what? You know what I mean? Or you might just drive to work. Cool. I'm at work for 8 hours. I just listen to my favorite morning show in the car. Maybe that drive is 20, 25 minutes. You know what I mean?
All right.
But whatever you're doing, you want to give yourself as a radio. And this is the other thing. People seem to think radio stations are charitable organizations. They're not. Radio stations are businesses, period. This is a business. So a radio station is going to play the songs that give them the best chance for ratings, because ratings is what gets sold. You get your ratings, how many people are listening, you take those, your sales department goes and sells them, and that's how the radio station's able to pay people and keep the lights on. There
was a time when radio was the place where somebody listened to an artist for the first time?
Yeah. Back in the day, oh yeah. I mean, fuck yeah. There was no internet.
Right.
It was radio. Even when it was MySpace, like radio still broke artists.
It's kind of crazy. Now it's like the radio.
No, radio's last. Because this is the other thing. The normal person that's listening to radio is not you or me. We're on Spotify or YouTube.
Right.
I don't listen to the radio. I'm on YouTube or Spotify. I don't really listen to much music. What the fuck is this? But most people who listen to the radio are like working class, just normal folks who have a fucking full-time job, and they're just trying to support their kids. So they're not jumping in the car and like digging through Spotify trying to be like, yo, what mixtape do I want to listen to on my way to work? They're just throwing a radio station on to just get them through their day.
All right.
So, radio is its own thing, and it's definitely it's very like I said, it's changed, but it doesn't mean it's still not important or there's still not people listening. There's still tons of people listening. It's just, it's different. Because like we get caught up in like our peers or what we see online, and we're like, man, no one's listening to radio. I'm like, bro, there's a lot of people listening to radio. Now they might be, 38 years old with 3 kids and don't give a fuck about, whatever the fuck's going on with whatever rapper and ops and all this shit. They're just living their life, and radio's a free medium for them to throw on some shit, throw on their morning show, throw on their favorite on-air personality, and get to work. So, yeah.
Man, so, like I was telling you, I know you're close with Adam at this point. You've jumped in on a few episodes when some of the cast weren't there. What's the relationship with you and Adam like?
Yeah, it's a friendly one. Like, we're not like best friends or anything. Adam's cool. I kind of have a similar relationship to Wack, where it's like, Wack and Adam have just always been cool to me, so I don't really have anything bad to say about him. I understand why people have issues with certain stuff that gets said or done on No Jumper. But I got nothing bad to say about Adam. He's been nice, man. He kind of threw me a lob and put me on, he put me onto like the Snapchat show I got going. He's cool, man. Like Adam is cool. He's a businessman. He's an elite content creator. I think some of the stuff he does, I don't necessarily like think he should be doing.
Right. You don't agree with everything.
Nah, but it's all good. Like, like that's his platform. I got my shit. Like, I could do different shit too on my shit that, it works for him, and he's comfortable with whatever comes with some of the stuff he does. So as long as he's comfortable with all that shit, Adam's living his best life, and I know him to be a solid dude.
No, for sure.
I don't, and people can say what they want about Adam.
Facts. That's my nigga. I don't give a fuck. Y'all can get my DM talking about you this. Adam's my nigga. He helped, like, he interviewed me knowing that Arizona, I'm trying to help put a platform with Arizona. Regardless of what y'all say, he's contributed a lot to this hip hop culture. What he does in the bedroom, who he fucks don't make you come. That shouldn't be none of your business.
Yeah, I just think, I think Adam's, like you said, like he's helped put a lot of people on. He's kind of changed. I think he kind of birthed a lot of the current stuff people are doing in the space. I wish, I wish the breakup with him and AD and T-Rail wasn't as ugly as it was, because I'm friends with those guys. I'm really real. Like, AD is like an actual friend of mine. Adam, I would say, is like me, and he's my homie, but AD I've been friends with for almost 10 years. So
shout out AD.
I definitely hated the way that happened. But, I think they all learned from it and kept it pushing. And everyone was entertained, for better or worse, with all the content that went back and forth. So,
yeah.
Adam's cool, though. Like I said, I understand people don't like Adam, and I get some certain shit might rub you the wrong way. And I say the same thing about Wack. Like, Wack, hey, dude, like, I can call Wack right now, and he'll answer the phone, and if I ask him to do something, he'll say, I got you, nephew. Like, he's always been that way. So I'm like, yo, I get why people don't like whack. I get it, but I don't know that whack. I don't share the things that make people emotional about whack. I don't care. I don't care to participate in it because that whack is also like a content creator now.
One proficient. He's created a machine. I've seen him go from little clubhouse rooms to where he is.
Yeah, I can't get into the clubhouse thing. I can't.
You're not fucking with it.
No, I got into one room once, and then I did a alien room with Burner once. But
shout out.
But yeah, the clubhouse world, it's cool, but it's just not for me.
No, I'm not trying to get the whole circus on me and shit. But who would you say? Because again, referring to that interview with No Jumper, I asked people were just saying who's the biggest artist in AZ, because I said we don't have really artists you can just name off your head.
Kiana Lede.
Okay, she's R&B, right? Mm-hmm. A lot of people tagged her on that post, so salute to her. She
just had a world tour.
Whoa. Okay.
Kiana Lede is probably the biggest. Then it's MC Magic.
Yeah.
Who else am I forgetting?
Willie?
Willie?
Would you consider North Pole?
Not currently, no. But back in the day, yeah, of course.
Yeah. I mean, like, just artists where you'd be like, Arizona, they had so.
For sure. Willie's the name that people will. I've actually talked about Arizona hip hop with people. They're like, what about the body marked up? Yeah, Willie North Pole. Willie's,
yeah, you actually spoke highly of him.
Love Willie. He's a great guy, man. But I would say currently, it's definitely Kiana Lede. What's the name of that white boy, bro, that is like NF type shit? You know what I'm talking about?
White boy.
He does numbers.
And not Arizona, Vegas.
He's from Phoenix. You know what I'm talking about? He's almost like NF, and all his artwork's black and white. He does numbers, and nobody talks about him.
AZ?
Yes. You know what I'm talking about, right? He's got black hair. He's like emo as fuck. He does numbers. I gotta figure out this guy's name. But yeah, outside of that, like that's really, I mean, it's MC Magic. I mean, Futuristic's about to drop a new album. I mean, Alexis has a record with 15 million streams right now. We just hit 15 million on his record Chico.
Oh, that's far.
His album's coming soon. We got Zoe Sama on it. Simba's on it.
Yes, thank you. Please, I'm rooting for that. That's why I moved out here to bridge that gap.
Yeah, we got Simba on there. That. Zoe, we got Trinidad. Trinidad Cardona's from Phoenix. Trinidad Cardona just had the fucking World Cup theme song.
Oh damn! From Phoenix?
Yes.
On the World?
Trinidad. Yeah. Trinidad is huge. He's got like. Hold on, let me see how many monthly.
Trinidad James, all gold, everything?
No, Trinidad Cardona.
Oh, I was like, why did that come to my ever soon? Shout out both of them though.
So Trinidad has. Hold on, let me look at Spotify. I think he's got like 2 million monthly listeners.
Damn,
it's from Phoenix.
To have a song.
2.8.
An Arizona person got that?
Yes, Trinidad Cardona, bro.
Is it?
He's from the West Side.
Hip hop.
He's an R&B artist.
R&B, okay, dope.
But have you heard this song on TikTok? This song has 282 million streams. This shit's in Spanish? This shit's all over TikTok.
Yes, this part. Oh, that's him?
Yeah, Jennifer was hard. This shit got 75. This is some real R&B shit. This Jennifer shit. Yeah, this motherfucker. Yeah, he's we gotta talk about Trinidad more. I forgot he's from Phoenix.
I'm gonna do my research.
No, Trinidad's hard.
I'm gonna do my research.
Yeah, I mean, I think that like there's some dope artists bubbling in Arizona that I think could do some big shit. I just think it's just a matter of just consistency. You know, I think you gotta put music out and promote it. Don't just put it out and expect it to just find the world. That's not how this works. You gotta be consistent, and you know, just don't it's okay to care about Arizona, but don't like let that shit be your barometer of like self-worth, like how you're doing in Phoenix.
It shouldn't be the end all be all, you say?
No, like I just do you build your community, build your fans, and everything else will come. Yeah. You know what I mean? So but yeah, I would say MC Magic, Trinidad, Kiana Lede, Futuristic, Willie. Who else? I know Rico Bands has a record that is doing good right now. Big Man, Little Man.
Rico, We had who else?
Richie Evans.
Is Arizona Zervas? Is he from Arizona?
No, fuck no, he's not.
He
from
just has Arizona in his name.
Nah, I think he's from Connecticut. It's funny because I thought that. No, Arizona Zervas is not from Arizona. I thought the same thing.
People kept posting him like Arizona Zervas. We got Arizona. I was like, okay. So
Not from Arizona, nope. There's some bands. Jimmy Eat World is one of the biggest, like, that's a big band.
well, we got Alice Cooper.
Alice Cooper's from Arizona. The lead singer of Fun. The We Are Young, so listen to this life for him.
Yeah.
That's fucking, he's from Phoenix.
Damn, that's a legendary.
He used to
shit
be
right
in a
there.
band called The Format. So yeah, he's from Phoenix. Chester Bennington from Linkin Park was from Phoenix, rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Z-Trip's from Phoenix, one of the best DJs ever. Yeah, I mean, hopefully we get some fucking shit moving. I think we will, man. I think Arizona's in good hands right now. There's dope people doing dope shit. Merkham's is running around doing records with legends and
Giving niggas bars. Keep doing it.
barring people out. So yeah, I think AZ's in good hands, man. I just think people got to just understand that, like, you know, you first of all, leave a little bit, like take a trip to LA for a week, go to Atlanta for a week.
Bro, I got backlash because they're like, well, you moved to AZ for a little bit. I'm like, we got to network and build so we can come back and share resources.
Yeah, that shit's a loser mentality. You know, that's like me. Like, I live here. I've lived here for 8 years, 7 years. Since 2017, I've lived here. So it's like, but people still think I live in Arizona because I'm there so much, or I fucking rep it so hard, or I got a businesses there. Like, I'm like, nah, I mean, I'm just an Arizona guy. So you'll hear about Phoenix from me, or, you know, if I think someone's dope, they'll be on my show. So, and if I don't think someone's dope, that's what I always told everybody, even when I was on the radio in Phoenix, I'm not putting you on just because you're from Phoenix. If you're from Arizona, that's cool. It's a plus.
Yeah.
But just because you're from Arizona don't mean I got the fucking responsibility to put you on my platform. I have to actually like your music and think you're dope. Yeah. The most important thing is, do I think you're dope? Oh, yes. Okay, cool. Well, come on the show. Oh, you're from Arizona? Even better.
It has to be the bonus. It can't be the conversation
I'm not
starter.
just bringing somebody on just because, hey, man, I got this mixtape I just dropped. I'm from, you know, fucking Maryvale. Like, that's fine. The shit sucks. Sorry.
I haven't dropped no songs. This is my first song dropping. Just solidify me.
Yeah, like if someone's dope, like I'll try to bring them on, you know, and there's some artists I want to get on soon, so you'll see more guys popping up on the show.
Who helped you put the last cipher together?
Me.
You put that all together?
100%. That was all me.
So, because I was gonna say
which one though? Because I did a Tucson and a Phoenix one.
I think it was a Tucson one.
So the Tucson one, my boy, yours truly helped me with.
Salute.
Because I'm not as into. I knew a few of the guys from Tucson.
They got a few cats out there.
For sure. But I had to, yours truly, I had to kind of lean on them to send me some stuff to check out. So I was like, hey, yo, shoot me all the hot Tucson guys. Pause. And I picked from there. But like the AZ one, like the one that had like Merkham's and like Markel and Finesse and who else was on there? J Waves. I picked all those guys myself because I'm just a fan of all those guys, you know.
You see yourself doing another cipher?
Yeah. I actually want to. I actually really, really want to. I actually talked about doing it last year. I just got so busy with that fucking nightclub. I'm going to do it this year.
I would love to be any extra hands you need on set.
Yeah, there's a few guys I want to bring up.
Young niggas that will kill a cipher right now.
And I'm going to start doing like, I want to start doing, you know, I kind of feel like there's other markets that are like Phoenix that are popping but don't have a face, or I guess like a you know, like I want to start doing like smaller market ciphers like Bakersfield or like Fresno or like San Diego, Portland. I want to do one in Portland,
Seattle's.
Yeah, so like places like that.
Yeah,
but for sure, I want to do another Arizona cipher. I already had kind of talked about it and was close to making it happen, but. I just got so fucking busy, man.
Yeah, we know.
Because it's just getting all those people together at the same time to come to LA. That's the other thing. I got to get everyone to come to LA.
Balance this and radio. So, yeah, we know what's going on.
I moved studios. So, yeah, it's going to happen. I got to make it happen soon. But, yeah, you know, there's some hard artists in AZ, man. And everybody's keep working hard. Like, I think, you know, we have a lot of potential. And I think as long as everybody kind of
No, this the year. This the year, Kev. We're going to break an artist this year. That is my goal.
I hope so.
An artist is going to be broken. We're going to get big features. They're going to find out about Arizona this year. This the year. It's been too long. We've had all the right pieces and everything. We just, for some reason, we like the Suns and the Cardinals. I love y'all, but we got pieces, but we just can't put it together. But this the year.
The Cardinals are, yeah. The Suns and the Cardinals are.
I hit it on the head.
Well, no, they're the source of most of my despair in life. So.
But, hey, I put it to God. Hopefully, my boy get the KD and the Booker interview.
Oh, yeah. I actually might, I actually had somebody hit me about one of them too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's fire.
So I think one of those two is definitely going to happen.
That's fire.
I think the KD one is probably going to happen.
Oh, that's fire. That's fire.
But I really want to interview Devin Booker. I
just pick his brain.
Well, I've hung out with Book a couple of times. Like, he's come to my club and
What is he like, bro?
he's
Such a quiet monster on the court.
He's like that in real life. He's so chill. Like, he came to 11-11 when we first opened, like maybe the first month, 2 months we were open.
Yeah.
And he said, man, when I die, bury me here. I love this place.
Yeah, the way I love it. He champions AZ.
But he's very, like, calm. He's very chill. He's not like, he don't want people to know, like, you know, most athletes, when they come to the club, because we've had everybody, they don't want people to know they're there.
He don't want the sprinklers in the
Nah,
club.
you just don't. Like, I had to yell at my host because he started shouting Devin Booker out on the mic. I said, yo, shut the fuck up.
You finna leave. You better chill
Don't
out.
be telling motherfuckers the Suns are here. They're enjoying themselves. And then all the guys who would come to the club ended up leaving.
Yeah, my nigga Byron be up there. Byron Murphy, former Cardinals cornerback.
Oh, yeah, he was up there already.
Yeah. Shout out my boy.
Was he on the Vikings now?
Yeah, he's at the Vikings.
No, but like, even like, you know, fucking DeAndre Ayton was there all the time. He's
Yeah,
gone.
yeah, and that's the reason why he's not here anymore.
Ish Wainwright was there a lot.
That's the reason why we got Aiden out of here, because his ass in the club and don't want to be the big man we need.
Yeah, Aiden's a bum. I'm glad we traded his bitch ass. Respectfully. I don't want to say he's a bitch. That was unfair. But I'm glad he's not on the Suns anymore. That was a mean sports comment. He's a nice guy.
You said it. You said he's a nice guy. He's sweet, but he's just not the big man
I
we
just
need.
don't want him on my team. He could go be on the Blazers. Go over there and go 7 and fucking 77 or some shit. Oh, I don't know. That was bad math. But yeah, go suck with them and Scoot Henderson. Leave us alone. Nurk, shout out to Nurk and Grayson Allen. Both of them are balling.
Grayson's been doing this shit. Where the fuck?
And we got him in the Ayton trade. And he's out. Nurk is out playing Ayton. Let alone we got Grayson Allen. That motherfucker, he's balling. He's averaging, I think he's got 50, 40, 90 splits. He's the only player in the NBA with those splits right
he's
now.
pulling. I didn't know he had a shot like that.
Yeah, Grayson's a beast, man. And he'll kick you in the nuts.
Would you keep him over Mikal and Cam?
No.
Oh, you wouldn't take the boys back?
No. Grayson can get the fuck out of here.
You
Forget
get
Mikal.
Cam and Mikal.
I'm not worried about Cam. I want Mikal back.
You need Mikal? Yeah, Mikal.
But I love Grayson. I think Grayson's fine.
Yeah,
I actually think
fine.
our team's figuring it out. I'm excited. I watch the Suns as much as I can. So yeah, I think we're gonna be all right. I think now that all three guys are playing defensively, we're looking better. Grayson Allen's balling out. We're about to make a move. Hopefully, we get Miles Bridges, who will be at 11-11 a lot. I'm sure.
We just gonna keep a lot of things away from him, right?
Hey man,
We just
if
gonna
he comes
keep
to the
the-
club, I will. Hey, come on, man. I'm real tight with he's from Flint.
Oh
So,
yeah, for
I'm
sure.
real cool with all the
BFB.
he signed with a lot of people don't. Miles Bridges is a rapper.
Yeah, he's one
Well,
of
he
the,
signed to Sada Baby.
Yeah. Oh, he's actually signed paperwork with Sada Bay.
So Sada Baby and Juan are like some of my closest friends in hip hop. So fuck, if he comes, it's lit.
Is that why Sada is like in AZ's his backyard? Sada be week after.
No,
Every
I mean, just
weekend.
people book him.
That's far. Yeah, he's like one of the
He
ones.
gets love there.
He brings
what's
people
funny?
out.
We haven't booked him.
He's booked. Like, I'd be like, damn,
We booked
Sada-
Skilla Baby though.
She was there. That
Yeah,
shit was
Sada came through.
crazy. I heard.
Yes, we just booked Skilla Baby. But yeah, we'll see, man. If Miles Bridges come, we don't care about the domestic violence. Who cares? You did your time. Just don't do it while you're a Suns player.
And
You know what I mean?
leave the drink. We got too much drink. At
No
AZ,
lean.
bro.
We don't have any
We
lean.
got too much. Leave that shit alone. Hey, any of the homies, don't. If he hit y'all, don't answer. We need a ring. We need a championship.
Yeah, nah. I think we're about to trade for him though. I think we're gonna trade Nasir Little, somebody else, and 4 second-round picks, and we'll have Bridges. That's what I predict.
Yeah, they need to figure it out this
We'll see,
year.
man. I think the Suns got it. I think we'll be all right, man. But yeah, no. Other than that, man, just shit. Everybody from Phoenix, man, keep grinding. I'm there all the time, bro. It's funny because I have people like talk shit to me, and like I'm the type of motherfucker to reply.
You petty too?
I'll just hit somebody back in the DMs and be like, hey, I'll be at the club tonight if you want to come through. Like, I ain't hard to find, dog. I got businesses, like real businesses you could walk into and like come and see me. You know what I'm saying?
But niggas got to be crazy because the Mexicans love Kev, niggas love Kev. I'm sure the white boys fuck with Kev too, but when niggas thought you was Mexican, no, Mexicans don't play about you. They claim you like you Mexican, so.
No, it's not even that. I just like, if you're gonna, like, I always tell people, because I'm not a tough guy, I don't like that negative shit, but like, all I ask is, if you're gonna say something to me on the internet and you see me, just say it in my face. Because it happens all the time where someone will come up to me and be like, hey, what's up, man? And I'll be like,
regarding Arizona shit?
yeah.
Like, what could they say to a
People come up to me
Kev?
and be like, hey, man, I was hating, you know, that's my bad. And like,
okay.
I appreciate that, you know, because now you met me and you know I'm not like a weirdo, you know? Because people think I'm like some like weird ass motherfucker. And I'm like, bro, like, I'm pretty normal. I talk to everybody. Like, I've sat in, like, I've walked through 1111 and, like, gotten stopped by everybody. And I'll shoot the shit. And I'll be like, hey, thank you, man. Yeah, I'll check your shit out. You know what I mean? Like,
No, you're generally down to earth. I met a lot of my icons.
I don't care, man. Like, at the end of the day, like,
Shit's sad.
I'm just a normal dude, man. And, like, I happen to have, you know,
Put the city on like nobody has.
it's not even that. Like, I just do what I like to do. And it's worked for me. And, you know, I don't like... I'm not better than anybody. That's why I always tell people when I give them my opinion on their music, I always say, like, my opinion, if I tell you I don't like your music, it doesn't matter because it might not just be for me.
Right.
Maybe I don't see, like, maybe your music doesn't speak to me. You know, like, my opinion does not dictate whether or not you're going to be successful. But if you're going to ask me for my opinion, I'm going to be honest with you. And you could take what you could say I'm a hater, which is what happens all the time. You're a hating that. I'm like, bro, do you want me to lie to you? Because that's going to do worse for you if I tell you your shit's hot and it sucks.
Niggas not gonna.
And again, it's just my opinion. Like, my opinion doesn't matter. Like, hey, dog, don't ask me for my opinion. And then when I give it to you, you get emotional.
They call you the hater. It's like,
I'm
nigga,
just telling you, ask me, what do you think of this? If I say it's not the one or keep working, man, like, I don't hear it, but, you know, keep doing your thing. Don't get mad at me. Would you rather me tell you to go waste some money and waste some of the years of your life? Like, hey, you got it, man. Whatever you're doing, keep doing more of that.
This you the truth. You making it out the hood, bro.
Spend all the money you got on this. You're hot.
You're the one.
No. I'm going to be like, you know, maybe it's not for me. It happens all the time, bro. Like, shit I was wrong about. I don't know if I was wrong about it.
Who? Which artist?
I told Blueface's baby mom she was fucking terrible.
Stewie.
It's on camera. I literally told her, I said, well, it's not trash, right? And she was like, what? And I said, well, look. She's like, you don't think I told her it's verbatim. I said on camera, it's a steaming pile of dog shit.
Oh my! Yes. Blueface was there too.
Yes. Her eyes started to water, and I immediately felt terrible. And I said, look.
How'd you reel it back in?
I said, look, this is the first song you've ever made. It was the Stewie song. I said, it's supposed to suck.
Right.
I said, it's your first song you've ever made, and we heard it. Most people's first song we never hear.
It's thrown away.
So, like, the fact the first song you ever made is doing well, I'm just telling you, I think it sucks. But, like, I felt terrible. And look, she just signed with Columbia Records.
Nigga. MILF Records. Free Blueface.
So my opinion literally doesn't matter. I'm just like, hey, don't ask me if you don't want to know.
But you can't say that Kev's integrity is tarnished. Because he told Jada and Alexis, Blueface, who's one of the biggest artists right now, told him straight up, like, look, your shit is not it right now.
No, I love Blueface, and I love her. She's great, man. And the Barbie record is going crazy.
You know, their whole shit that they got is going. But just
Blueface
the fact
is
that,
one of the smartest motherfuckers in all of music. Free Blueface.
Shout out to Wack, because nobody knows. A lot of people, Cash Jones is behind that. Blueface is just implementing all the things that Wack showed him.
Right. Yeah. Shout out to Wack. Wack's behind Blueface. I think you know, artists just gotta just be consistent and like promote your music. Don't put a song out and then not promote it. And like promoting it doesn't mean throwing up one like flyer. Hey, my shit's out now, go stream it. Like, nah. If you don't feel strong enough about your own music where you're not willing to make a reel every fucking day to promote your record, don't put it out.
And you think one time since you tag somebody to see it, they're gonna. Listen, y'all. I've hit Kev up over 100 times. I've tagged him over 100 different times.
Well, I just saw you DM on the thing, and I was like, oh shit, let me see. So I saw you were DMing me.
This has been years,
Right?
Like,
no. So that's what I would say. It's just like, you know, like if you're not willing to like
go hard.
you gotta fucking believe in your own shit, and you gotta push that shit every single day. Come up with creative ways to promote your music. There's no excuse now. We are in a direct-to-consumer marketplace. There's no more gatekeepers. You're literally, it's you and the people.
Except Flacco. Except for Poetic Flacco. You fat, funky hippo. Shout out Adam22. You thought you was going to blackball me, but my boy Adam22 brought me on, showed me love, told me I have potential in this shit. Fuck Flacco. Shout out Adam22.
Interesting.
He's the other African in this space, right? I'm the other African. We the ones, you know what I mean? We got beef. It's all been all out there.
Where are you from? Nigeria?
No, I'm from Oromia in Somalia.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's already out there. He didn't diss me. I didn't diss him, but yeah, fuck Flacco. Shout out
to the Somalians out there, man.
Oh yeah, man. What? We got the Somali shout out from Bootleg Kev to go. Come on, man. We gonna love that one.
I was in Minnesota partying with some Somalians, man.
Minnesota is lit with Somali. We lit out there.
Yeah.
We run. That's us. They know that's us.
Yeah. Shout out to the Somalians, man.
That's crazy, but man, bro, Kev, I know you got to run out of here and go attend to your businesses and shit, but I want to tell you, man, this is so dope for myself. This is so dope for the city, and just the fact that I have a connection and a relationship with you is crazy, man. I can't thank you enough.
Appreciate you pulling up, man.
Yeah, so you're one of the few people out there who's been blessed enough with a YB interview, right? It's you, it's Gillian Wallow, it's Rap Radar. What's it like to be one of those chosen few?
It's cool, man. Like again, I didn't really have a relationship with YB. He had seen. I'm assuming he saw my. I had an interview with Glorilla like a year and a half ago or so. That was funny as fuck. And around the time that interview dropped, he DM'd me. Just
YB DM'd you?
Yeah.
That's
so he
fire.
just hit me up and was just asked me if I enjoyed what I do. And I was like, yeah, man. And he said something about liking my energy and, you know, keep going, keep killing it or whatever. So I'd hit him like, hey, man, I'd love to interview you one day, you know. And I think he just liked it. And like fast forward, I had hit him again because I want to say, I don't know if he replied to something I posted or I might have seen he was doing something. But I'd hit him back and like was like, hey, bro, like I'm still down. I would love to still do that interview, you know? And he asked for my number. So I sent him my number and I ended up getting a FaceTime call and missed it because I didn't know who the fuck it was.
Ooh.
Ended up getting FaceTimed and saying, hey, can you be in Utah tomorrow? And
1 day notice.
Literally, it was about 7:30 at night, the night before. And so I was like, yeah. And so I hit this fool and I was like, I'm gonna be there.
Like,
hey, bro, we're finna go to Salt Lake City in the morning. I gotta find us a flight. We were gonna drive, remember? I was like, fuck it, let's just whip through. It's 13 hours away. Let's just go. We'll be there by 8 a.m. tomorrow, you know? But we ended up finding a flight, and it was me, my boy Cyrus, my boy Mustafa, who I flew from Phoenix to help shoot, and yeah, we got there. We got there in the morning. I had to record my radio show, and we were waiting to hear from his people to tell us when to come. His probation officer hit me and wanted to make sure like we weren't like some criminals.
All sorts of clearances.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, like he's trying to get off probation. So
serious cases.
So yeah, we got cleared to go to his house, and when we got there, he was fucking like we got out. And he rolled up on us on a horse. So,
that clip was so crazy. Like what?
Like literally, like we got out and his boy was like, shout out to Jason. He was like,
that's his engineer, right?
Yeah. So Jason was like, yo, start rolling. He's about to roll up on a horse. And I was like, oh shit.
Run that shit.
So I didn't even get mic'd up or nothing. So he rolled up on a horse, and honestly, like I always tell people this, like, you know, he was super cool, man. Like he was a very chill dude. I did not know what to expect. You know, I've seen other interviews that he's done. I think he had recently did like a complex interview that was right before ours. But he was super chill, man. And I think like for me, like, you know, I don't judge anybody by what I see on the internet. I'd like to judge people based on my interactions with them. And, you know, my interactions with him were amazing.
That's fire.
He was cool as fuck, like the whole time. Super cool, super accommodating. Wasn't wasn't ever like a dick. Like I think, you know, my whole thing is like if I'm gonna meet somebody, like I don't wanna, like I'm not gonna bring up any drama. That's usually how my interviews go, you know what I mean? Like for the most part, like sometimes I bring up some of the beef shit if it's like super obvious, but like I'm not gonna bring up any negative shit to him because why? You know what I mean? Like everybody who would want to sit down with him is gonna bring up.
So how do you feel about this? How do you feel about that?
Yeah, so it's like, man, nah, I want to just, you know, I like to just shoot the shit in my interviews and see where it goes from there. If it gets brought up, it gets brought up, you know. If not, it don't. But like, I had like my intention with him was just to like, just kind of hang and see what came of it.
And that's exactly what it felt like.
Yeah,
like it
that was
literally
really
felt y'all words just hanging out and like just seeing him in that type of vibe.
Yeah, and like, you know, I didn't have like I'd had like some questions that I had like in the chamber that I you know, I asked him about his relationship with Rod Wave and like stuff like that I like kind of thought about. Or shout out to Jules. Jules actually thought of that one for me. But you know, in general, like my whole approach to interviews is like you know, like I did an interview with Rilo. That was not the easiest interview to conduct. But everybody said that's the best Rilo interview they've ever seen because he was like semi-engaged.
Yeah.
Same thing with my Young Nudie interview. My Young Nudie interview, it was like prying teeth. Not because he's a bad guy, but because he doesn't like to be interviewed. You could tell Nudie's an introvert, right?
Right.
So like if you watch Young Nudie's interview with Academics, and shout out to Academics, but like his interview with Academics it went viral because he just sat there.
Quiet answers.
It was him and Baby Drill.
They got me feeling like I'm Academics.
So like, you know, my whole thing is like I just want to try to just treat people like not like they're not aliens. And I don't want to bring up like if you got beef and more importantly, like if people have passed away, it's not my place to either add any fire to that or bring it up unless I'm bringing it up in a way
where it's respectful.
How can we change the trajectory of this?
Yeah,
like I spoke with Fulio about his beef with Young and Ace, and I was more like, hey man, like I know both of y'all. Both of you guys are nice kids. What can we do to like would you guys ever sit in a room together? You know, and he even said during the interview, Fulio was like, yo, the song he dropped on me was actually hard. And it was like, you know, well, shit, maybe y'all like, you know, but the thing is when people die, man.
Your approach is just different in general.
I just don't want to be like, I'm a relationship guy, moreover. So I don't want people to see my name on their press list and be like, if we go there, it's going to be drama. I want people to know if they come to my spot, it's a safe place. I want people to know if they come and do an interview with me and there's something that gets said in the interview that they don't want to be released, I'll take it out. I don't give a fuck.
You're not here to damage anybody.
I don't care. It ain't that serious to me. So like we've had so many things in interviews that would have gotten us millions of views. Like I've taken out clips of an interview that would have caused like a hip hop war. But I took it out. It wasn't even that. His team didn't even ask me to take it out. I was like, you know what?
This gonna do some
I don't want this on me, you know? And that beef never happened because the person who came on the show was super drunk. I was just popping some crazy shit. And I was like, oh, we gotta take this out. Like, I don't want to be part of that because I'm cool with both people, you know? Even like
you're a trusted person in this space.
Dude, how about this? Swifty Blue came on my podcast and I'm tight with his guy, well, his former guy, Soul.
Oh, from OTR.
Yeah. So OTR,
Shout out fucking Lefty right now, man.
Rosecrans, Vic, all those guys. Are like,
you had a fire interview with him
those
too.
are my boys, right? So like, Swifty came on my show, and he started talking about how he never signed with blacks. He said that word, right?
Okay. I remember this whole thing.
Yeah.
I remember
So
this whole
again,
thing.
like, you know, he was more kind of approaching that conversation, I think, from like the prison politics standpoint that Whack was approaching.
Yeah, he wouldn't sign a Sereno based on
correct,
certain
right?
politics.
But I knew how bad it sounded when we were doing it.
And you were kind of...
So listen, so I called these guys and I said, hey guys, we're not going to put this interview out. Because at the time there was this American Cholo, Tyga, black and brown shit in LA going on. I'm like, we're just not going to put the interview out.
That's why me and Flacco are beefing, because of that situation.
So they said, thank you. Swifty Blue and me and Swifty
Like, how'd it come out?
No, listen, I have a great relationship with Swifty. You know, I think Swifty's extremely talented, and I think
He's a marketing genius.
he's
Can't
great.
hate on him.
He's great. But at the time, he had hit me, so I told them like, "Hey guys, like this interview shouldn't come out. It's a bad look." Swifty hit me and like kind of pressed me low key to drop the interview. Like, you ain't gonna have me wasting my motherfucking time. I'm like,
He made you check in.
I said, "All right, bro." I said, "All right, bro."
Are you sure?
I hit my guy. I said, "Fuck it." I'm not getting pressed by Swifty Blue, dog. Like, he go, like, fucking drop the interview if he wants it out.
It's
And then it dropped, but from that, he was able to take whatever negative energy that came from that, and I think he turned it into a positive, because I think his intentions were not bad. If you understand prison politics, I think Swifty's intentions weren't negative, because he's worked with Kodak Black, he's worked with black artists. I think Swifty took that moment, turned it into a bunch of media, and then from that kind of came the checking in thing.
Yeah.
And you know, like you said, Swifty's a marketing genius. He owes me some merch. I look forward to him bringing me my t-shirts. He's another good dude. Like, I just think at the end of the day, man, like, motherfuckers, man, like, understand, like, if people come up a certain way and they've been indoctrinated to certain politics or certain street shit, it's like, you know, this shit's not supposed to be on YouTube.
You already broke. Yeah, we could. That's a whole different. Because if you gangsters were not supposed to do this YouTube thing in general,
And
right?
listen, nowadays there are real gangsters on YouTube.
In fact, I'm not saying.
But it's not supposed to be on YouTube, right?
Right.
And so the lines are blurred now more than ever.
Oh, perfect.
So you're really kind of seeing these guys who don't have a media training or filter go in front of cameras and just be honest.
Yeah.
And that's why people love them. But it's also why people will leave some crazy comments about them. And you could apply that to anybody I'm talking about.
Right.
You could apply that to Lefty. You know, I just had an interview with Lefty, and I had to put Whack and Soul on the phone together, and you know, like, just so there was some clarity.
You tried veering from it multiple times. You weren't just trying to egg it on. Like, how are the Raiders?
Listen, I'm gonna say
You're like,
this.
fuck them Raiders. What?
I'm gonna say this. I know Whack had said what he said, but I know Whack. He is not a racist individual. Whack is not. He's signed Coyote, who's a Mexican group out of LA. Whack's point that he made, he's explained it many times. It's not about a race. It's more about prison. Period. So,
yeah.
But again, I don't like to get into that shit. Hey, man.
Nah, I mean, it says to why somebody like YB would trust you into his home. His baby's what is it with your hat? Because that baby, he needed your...
Listen, I have 2 kids, so I when his kid was trying to grab my hat, I'm like,
He's like, he can take it.
So I've been here before. You know, kids like hats. Little babies they just love shit that they can like grab onto. So I was like, go ahead, man, take the hat. No, he was cool, man. Shout out to YB.
I love that. You put it back on and you just knew he was coming. You just let him do his
he
thing.
invited me to go back out there, but just without cameras. So I'll probably end up going out there and like hanging in the snow before the winter comes. And and yeah, man, he was cool. And I you know, I hope if anything come of that interview, I hope it made him more human, because he's a human being. And I think sometimes we forget that artists and public figures are actual human beings, that they go through, you know, complicated emotional situations that all of us do. And it's very easy to judge people by the worst of them, because most of the time the shit that gets publicized is the worst of them.
Right.
So, you know, I was happy to sit down with him and give him an opportunity to just talk and not be like, so, what's up with you and Little Dirk?
Right. That shit was therapeutic, bro. He's like more and more just talking and getting.
Yeah, because all that shit is like, expected, bro. And it's like, I don't need the views that bad. I'd rather have the relationship to where when he's off house arrest, he comes on my show and I go hang out at his concert, and we build that relationship, and you know, he knows he has a place that he could come and sit down, and it's not some. I'm not gonna fucking grill him about a bunch of random rap shit.
No headlines gonna come out from your platform.
Dude, the headlines that came out from our shit was like he dropped his iPhone and left it.
Yeah, right. That's the clickbait. That's the clickbait. It dropped iPhone.
You know, so it was just cool. Like people were like, "Yo, I didn't know that he liked The Sopranos." I'm like, that's the kind of shit. I'm like,
right.
That's the cool shit to me. Like, I want to know what do you watch when you're at home on house arrest? The Sopranos. That's fire. You know what I mean? Like, so like I would rather find that out about any artist than, you know, who the fuck you got beef with right now. Yeah, but hey, listen, I'll bring up the beef shit if it's very, very like, if I feel like it's if I feel comfortable enough with that situation or that artist to bring it up in a way that isn't adding to it, I'll bring it up. But I'm not gonna like lead with it, and I'm not gonna try to. I don't twist the knife and dig in. It's just not my style. You know, I kind of look at like my podcast interview people that I love is like, you know, Joe Rogan and fucking Howard Stern back in the day. Like, I'd rather you come up here and like leave and be like, damn, that was fun.
I actually have something to give and take from the conversation.
Yeah,
Substance.
like, you know, like I just did an interview with Big X the Plug, and we got so high, and we talked about fast food for like 30 minutes, and it was fun. You know, and he left. It was like an hour and a half long conversation, but like legitimate in the middle of that conversation, we like geeked out on like fast food for like, it was probably 20 minutes, you know, but it was hilarious. And I was on fucking shrooms and I was contact high the fuck out that day because this whole room was just a smoke cloud.
You just dropped this recently, right? The Big X?
Yeah.
I'm going to go watch that.
Yeah, I mean, what was another funny one we did recently? I mean, Lefty he's a fun guy. That guy's.
The Lefty is full of I'm excited to see what he's about to do.
I think what's really dope about him is he can really rap.
That freestyle over the
Superman,
Eminem shit.
Crazy.
I'm a shooter, man, baby. I'm like, yeah, this nigga snapping.
He could rap for real. If he could just, you know, that's what I told him off camera. I was like, hey man, move away from where you're at. Cause he still lives near his, you know, where he's from.
But he says exactly where he lives too. Like,
bro, please,
he's a crazy guy.
Like, you got a bright future ahead of you. Please move to Woodland Hills or something.
Yeah.
Like, get the fuck out the way.
Yeah.
And but he's dope, and he's got star quality. You know, he's an interesting guy to hang around though. That motherfucker's on. He's on always.
Unapologetic.
He's just a walking like, just viral. He's just viral as fuck, dog. Like, I don't know. I'm just like, God damn, bro. You're just like, it's like you're on camera, but not on camera all the time. Like, talented guy. But yeah, what was another dope interview we just did? Teddy Swims was fun. We were shrooming on that one too. Shout out to Teddy Swims. Oh, TK Kirkland, yeah.
Yeah, TK's gonna give you gems every time.
But yeah, so, you know, shout out to YB. Yeah, we had a good time, man, and hopefully we'll one day do another interview. And it's funny because I had interviewed Fredo Bang like the week after.
Oh yeah, he just dropped the album.
Yeah, and it was funny because, you know, YB's got some crazy fans.
Yeah.
So I get
YB better.
I get all these fucking comments like, "Oh, you disowned YB," and I'm like, "Dude, this shit was already planned. Like, he's on a radio run, and I'm cool with Fredo Bang. Fredo's like a really cool guy."
Do you think he might? Oh,
no. But the thing is like during the interview, I asked Fredo Bang who was on, and this is the thing. They did they came to get
Toy Drive.
Yes,
that was fire.
But I asked him who was on his Baton Rouge Mount Rushmore, and he said YB.
Salute.
He said 3 names or 4 names, and he was like, "And dude."
And now Fredo, I can't lie.
I was like,
he's an amazing troller though. He's great at that shit.
He's hilarious.
He's really good with the personality. I'm like, damn, this nigga really got personality.
He's a fucking OnlyFans fanatic. He was telling us all the money he spent on OnlyFans. I was like, God damn. Shout out to Fredo. But that's the thing. Like, I wouldn't ask, you know, like me and Fredo have talked about YB in the past. So it's like, why even bring it up again? He kind of brought him up though.
Nah, that's dope.
I was like, who's on your Baton Rouge Mount Rushmore? And he was like, dude.
That's cool.
I was like, I wasn't gonna mention dude. I was like, you know, I just went and visited dude. He's like, I saw. I was like, he's a cool guy.
That's crazy.
Wait, so how is the house? Is it as beautiful and big as it seems?
Oh yeah. Well, I don't want to get too much details.
Own mountain.
It's like he does have his own mountain though.
He
It's
really-
not. It's not a house. It's He's
The
got-
whole mountain is, bro.
It's beyond that, right? Like,
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to give too much away about where he lives, but it's crazy. He's got a lot going on his property, and it's beautiful. And
And we can see through his videos. I mean,
yeah,
he doesn't go nowhere.
he can't go nowhere.
Yeah,
He
right.
doesn't go nowhere, and he has enough.
I think he's allowed to like go every once in a while into like down the mountain. I think so.